It's showtime.
Hey, welcome to the Compassionate Haters Survivor Compassionate? What am I saying? The Compassionate Haters Survivor podcast, the only Survivor podcast for compassionate haters. Oof, that was a rough one. Welcome to Survivor 50.
Somebody celebrated the season premiere a little too hard, is what I'm hearing.
It's like 3 days ago and I'm still recovering. Sorry, I like to party hard.
That's
Call
right.
me Andrew WK.
Andrew watches Curvivor. That's what that stands for.
That's funny. And it makes sense, too, when you think about it.
Yeah. You know, if you're dumb, you won't get that, but the smart people will.
It's kind of layered, actually.
It takes a certain level of intelligence to understand a joke like that.
Sorry, we're the Smart Guys Survivor podcast, the Compassionate Haters Survivor podcast. All we do here is talk Survivor. Thomas, did you watch Survivor last night?
From the beginning to the end, losers lose, winners win. This is real, we ain't got to pretend. The cold world that we in, it's full of pressure and pain. I thought it would change, it's staying the same. How many
Sure did.
when you had that little TV, you had to hit
Okay, this week's episode was called Epic Party.
This is a bad title. I saw that it was called Epic Party. The line that, because it's Mike White says it, in context, because it's a longer sentence, I was like, okay, I don't think I would have remembered it, but I was like, okay. But Epic Party is a really bad title for this.
It's fine.
You know what it made me think of?
A C minus.
I give it a D minus. It made me think of Epic Movie.
Wow. And it kind of was, actually.
This was kind of the epic movie of Survivor episodes. Because they were like, you know what this is, right? And it was like pointing at a contestant. I was like, I do know what that is.
This season premiere actually reminded me of the Emoji Movie. You know why?
Because the poop emoji?
Why the poop emoji?
Because this is a shitty first episode.
Oh, no, I was going to say because Mike White wrote the Emoji Movie.
Did Mike White write the Emoji Movie?
Yeah, he is credited as writing the Emoji Movie.
How many? I bet there were a lot of writers on that movie.
Yeah, from what he said, I think he came on at the very end to, like, I don't know, whatever.
He was doing some punch-up stuff, yeah.
Yeah, but I think because he was the biggest name, he probably got the biggest credit. I don't know. And I also don't care. I only know Mike White for 3 things, and Survivor is one of them. The other is School of Rock. And
the third is Orange County.
A DVD I've owned for 10 years and still haven't bothered to get a watch.
It's good. It's like actually a good movie. I was joking when we were watching the premiere that would be a really funny bit to every single time that you saw Mike White to act like you hadn't met him and to introduce yourself and be like, Orange County is super underrated.
That would be fun. If I ever get the chance to meet Mr. White, I'll be sure to do that. Mr. White from Breaking Bad. Is that the same guy?
Yeah, pretty much.
Is Mike White Heisenberg?
He is. I think that he should go on Blood versus Water with Colin Hanks. I think that would be fun.
I'd watch it. Blood versus Water, of course, is a famous season of Survivor, and this is another famous season of Survivor already. Start off with a flashback to May 31st, 2000, then a montage of all the highlights of Survivor over the years. This was pretty fun. I liked seeing this.
I thought that this was fine. The show spent way too long masturbating itself over how everyone loves Survivor so much. But this is more what I wanted. The Jeff intro to the episode, I was like, how fucking long is this going to go on?
I mean, yeah, that's fair. They did have to fill 3 hours.
Well, they didn't have to. They didn't have to make the premiere 3 hours.
CBS said we don't have anything else. We've run out of Ghosts episodes.
Yeah, 3 hour
Matlock
premiere
doesn't come out to Friday.
3 hour premiere. What the fuck? Get out of here.
Yeah, who do you think you are? The Traitors? The Traitors this week, finale, plus a 3-hour premiere for Survivor.
I was so relieved that the Traitors finale was a regular length episode. I was like, oh, thank God. And you know what? It was much better for being a regular length episode.
That's fair. Did you love seeing Keith Nail say Survivor is fun?
I said
Survivor ain't
R.I.P.
fun.
I said R.I.P. Keith when I
Yeah.
saw him.
I did the sign of the cross and pointed to the sky. I will say this was a pretty satisfying montage for a Survivor sicko such as myself.
It was a good montage. I thought it was a
fun.
nice intro.
I think it's a fair criticism to say it went on too long, though.
Well, that I didn't think went on too long. The part where Jeff talked to everybody went on for way too long.
Oh, yeah. But that's every season. I guess
I don't want to see
these
every
people.
single player being like, this is what Survivor means to me. It's like, that's not what I'm watching. I don't like, how about we like do the fun show instead of having everybody be like, I'm crying because I love Survivor so much. It's like, this is not, it's so masturbatory.
My favorite part of a sports event is the preseason interviews.
I love basketball. Yeah, if every single game somebody was interviewing would be like, you love basketball, right? To all the players. Tell everyone how much you love this shit.
Like, there's a reason those like pregame interviews are 30 seconds long and done by people who just graduated college for broadcasting. Like, nobody actually wants to hear what these people are saying. Get to the game. That's my
agree.
take, Jeff.
Let them play. That's what I say.
Jeff asks Coach for coachism, and he talks about life is for the bold, which is apparently something Magellan said. I looked it up, and the only thing I got was a bunch of quotes misattributed to Magellan and Coach Wade stuff. So I don't know what this quote was. Did he make it up? Do you know what this quote is?
Look, would you be surprised if he made it up? I don't think I've heard that one, but
I don't know. Then we cut to the boat, and they're all in the present, and it's raining. So dramatic. Oh, this was I misspoke earlier. That was not when he asked for coachism. Coach just said that.
yeah, that sounds about right.
That feels like important context.
Yeah, yes, Coach.
Yachts coach. Mike White says it feels like a high school reunion meets a massacre. Would that have been a good episode title?
I think High School Reunion Meets a Massacre would maybe be a little too long, but it would be better than Epic Party.
Jeff says, we chose you to represent all 25 years. Why didn't you just say, you represent the 25 years of Survivor? Why is he inserting the production team into it? Who cares?
Do they have one player from each year that it's aired?
That would make sense, but no, it's only 24 players. They should have done 25 players.
Well, and then
For
have somebody
25
immediately they do the thing where someone immediately gets voted off.
Yeah.
They pick
do a
teams and someone
schoolyard
doesn't
pick.
get to go.
They do a schoolyard pick, and Suri is the only one not chosen.
It probably would be Jenna if they did that with this one.
I wouldn't be surprised. If they were to bring back one more person to this cast in all of Survivor history, who would you pick?
One
There's an
more
obvious
person.
answer.
Is it Boston? Was the obvious answer Boston Rob Mariano, one of the best to ever do it?
I forgot that this is the On Fire podcast with Jeff Probst. Obviously
one
it's
more
Jerry.
person. Oh, Jerry, of course. Yeah, gotta have Jerry back there. Well, I mean, yeah, because you would have another instance of her with her two greatest allies, Colby and Coach.
Yeah, exactly. And we would love to see that. He says we turned the entire show over to the fans. Did they?
You did not turn. There was a lot of stuff that I did not approve of that was not voted on. That was in this, like people losing their fucking votes.
Yeah, I didn't. Jeff talks to Jen about season 1 and All Stars. Okay, whatever. Who cares? They loved to talk about season 1 this episode. Remember when this show was the most popular it's ever been?
Yeah, and it was like not at all the show that it is now. It was like the complete opposite.
Yeah. Devin says he voted no idols. Okay, man.
Yeah,
Devin's is another guy who loves to
dude,
insert
I was
himself.
so annoyed that he was back. I was like, that is such a fucking Jeff pick.
Because they're friends.
Yeah.
Jeff talks to Suri about being synonymous with Survivor.
Suri's only won one game as far as I know, so I think
Exactly.
she's synonymous with a different thing.
I'm always going to think of her Traitors win as peak Suri, but whatever, Jeff. And why is Suri allowed to come back, but Carolyn and Boston Rob aren't? Krylan, excuse me.
Yeah, I don't know.
What are you
Because
eating
it's
over there?
Suri. How can you be mad at Suri?
Are you eating like gumdrops or something?
I'm eating trail mix. It's not showing up on mic, I promise.
Okay. It sounded like you had like a box of movie theater snacks.
Yeah. Yeah, I opened up a thing of Milk Duds.
That's what they're called. Yeah, I couldn't remember the name of them. I love a milk dud. Okay. Suri says Survivor is home to her and there's no place like home. Winner quote?
Yeah, they're starting the edit early.
Everybody was talking about Q's winners edit this episode. First of all, way too early to talk about winners edit. And second, everybody got a fucking winners edit. Fucking Jenna Lewis got a winners edit, and she was out first.
Look, I'm sorry. Like I was happy to see Q, and I enjoyed him on this episode. He was not winning. Like, what are we talking about here?
And also, like, go back to Star Trek, man.
Yeah, it's crazy that they have John Delancey. Well, I mean, it makes sense because he was in the show Star Trek Picard, and Paramount does own the rights to Star Trek. So
I just don't know why they're not leaning more into that. It's like right there.
Way too many celebrity crossovers with this one. Like John Delancey, Mike White, Billie Eilish.
Just wait for Mr. Beast. Colby talks about being in his 50s now and being reflective. Just like Survivor.
Yeah. Well, Colby, since then, I think is more of an actor than he is. He's more of an improv star than a Survivor contestant at this point.
Because of what?
Have you not seen the Curb Your Enthusiasm episode that he was on?
Yeah, that was like from 20 years ago.
Yeah, it was really funny.
He's done so much stuff since then.
Yeah, but that's like probably the best thing that he's ever done.
I don't know. I thought he was pretty good in Australian Outback.
He was good, but he didn't win, and he won all of our hearts by actually being very funny on that one episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm for what was a very, very good joke.
Kind of the original Banu winning all these hearts, right?
That's right.
This is when Jeff asks Coach for a coachism, and he talks about regret being the strongest emotion, and then introduces the season by saying, "Let's slay some dragons." Yod's Coach.
All I think of with regret is the beginning of the Butthole Surfers song, Sweat Loaf. The funny thing about regret is that it's better to regret something you have done than to regret something you haven't done. That's and by the way, if you see your mother, would you be sure and tell her, Satan?
I always think of No Regrets, the Millers. Was that the movie?
What movie was that in?
I think it's called We're the Millers.
Oh, yeah, I think it is. People love that movie. I've never seen it, but it does have a good cast.
Yeah, it's solid. I think I watched it once, and it's funny. Yeah.
I did not know. I remember finding out at some point that Will Poulter was British, and I was like, what? The kid from We're the Millers? I saw him on that episode of I think I knew before then, but I saw him on the episode of The Bear, and I was like, this is supposed to believe the We're the Millers kid is a pastry chef? Get out of here. And he's British?
I remember seeing what's her name from Parenthood on an episode of The Bear, and I was like, oh, I didn't know she was still acting. What was her name?
Was it Sarah Ramos or?
Yeah, Sarah Ramos.
No, I
remember
do like
her
Sarah
from Parenthood?
Ramos. Yes, of course. I was trying to watch Parenthood because I hadn't watched it in a long time. It's not available anywhere. You literally have to like buy it. It's not on any streaming services.
Yet again, physical media winning.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of TV programs we all love, Jeff passes out the buffs and tells them they're going to
Jeff
have
passes
to.
away. This show is a funeral for Jeff Probst.
Can you imagine? Everybody pulls out their black buffs.
Everybody, anytime anyone is giving a eulogy, that someone interjects to be like, "And isn't it interesting that you would say that at Jeff's funeral?"
How would that happen?
How do you feel like we're innovating funerals this season?
They should have called it season 50 Jeff's funeral. What are you talking about?
In the hands of God.
Okay, so Jeff passes out their buffs and tells them they're going to have to earn their rice and supplies because that's how the fans voted. He also says that 60 to 40 is
Wait,
basically...
didn't I thought the fans voted to give him rice. I thought they had to earn the supplies.
No, they have to earn their rice and they have to earn their supplies. It was basically the same vote, 60 to 40 versus 47 to 53.
They rigged these there's no way that these results are genuine.
How? How would they have done that? You had to put your email in.
Yeah, that's true. President Trump, you need to do voter reform on Survivor. You need to go talk to your buddy, the guy that produces the show. Does he still produce that, or is Jeff the sole executive producer now?
No, there's like 7 executive producers.
Is it including what is that guy's name?
Oh, are you talking about Mark Burnett?
I am talking about Mark Burnett.
I don't think he is on the show anymore.
Okay,
I think he left a while ago.
Yeah, go call your buddy Mark Burnett. Tell him to start producing Survivor again, and then we can get to the bottom of the serious voter fraud that happened this season.
Yeah, I feel like that is definitely the most important thing that our president should be doing right now, making TV better.
Yeah, I mean, would you rather he be doing something else?
No, I would much rather Donald Trump be a primetime game show host like he was in the 2000s than where we're at now.
It would be better.
Okay, so at the marooning challenge, they have to dig under a log, get a key, do some sort of beam puzzle that I didn't understand, pull a rope from a boat, take a boat to grab a torch floating in the water.
They didn't really show the beam puzzle at all. They showed they showed Aubrey doing it for like 2 seconds.
They were like, "Oh, Christian is doing a new strategy." As opposed to what? What was this puzzle?
Yeah, I don't know.
I liked the ending of this one with the lighting of the torch, but this felt like a lot of steps for an opening challenge.
Yeah, it was pretty generic outside of the lighting the torch, which I thought was cool. They do the classic thing where they got the beam, the log you gotta go under, and you gotta dig under it. So Jeff can say you gotta dig or whatever.
Yeah, he loves to say that shit.
He does like saying that. It was fine, but it didn't feel like anything special, but I don't know. I wouldn't expect anything special because they don't do that anymore with challenges, so.
Yes. So I was in Phoenix for Rome's watch party for the premiere, and I talked to Todd from Survivor China. We talked a lot about how overcomplicated challenges have become, and Todd was talking about the balance challenge they did in China, where they had to sit on the back of a dragon, and I said to him, that one looked fun. Was that fun? And you know what he said?
Did he say it was?
He said it was fun.
It's nice. This is the kind of insider scoop that you can only get from real insiders like Jake now. I honestly he's a good person to talk to about what makes Survivor challenges good, because Survivor China had I think that may be the single best challenge season. At least that I've seen.
Fair. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what was better, and I can't think of anything. Every challenge in that season was a hit. Okay, so Vatu wins this one. Coach, Ozzy, and Q are sent on a journey.
Didn't get sick of these. Love journeys.
Where are they going? Q's home planet? from Star Trek, remember?
He doesn't have a hump. That's not how. Okay, I don't have time to talk about this. Let's. We can't get into that, all right?
Rizgod says that this season should have been called Survivor 50 Welcome to the Bloodbath.
Not a great turn of phrase, I'm going to be honest.
Not great. Not great. I can see why they didn't. Like, in the hands of the fans is still a little clunky, but at least it's its own thing. Welcome to the Bloodbath kind of means nothing.
Yeah.
Survivor 50, Jeff's Funeral. That's also a potential title, apparently.
Yeah. Survivor 50 at your funeral. And instead of the Survivor music, they play the song At Your Funeral by the band Saves the Day.
I'm just imagining now Jeff Probst's funeral, and they're just playing the Ancient Voices theme song, but very slowly on like a minor chord.
An emotional version
crying.
of someone going, ooh.
So on the Vatu tribe, they're all so happy to be there. At one point, Colby winks at Angelina, and she freaks out. That's pretty cute. Very happy to see these two. Two of my favorites, actually.
I was
Colby
happy to
and
see Angelina. How were you really happy to see Stephanie Lagrossa? I bet you were.
Colby can't stand Rizgod.
This was really funny.
And then Rizgod tries to give Colby advice on the New Era game.
Which honestly, like, probably not a bad idea to take that from him.
Maybe. I don't know. 50-year-olds hate to listen to 25-year-olds.
Oh, they do, but yeah, that's like I wouldn't expect Colby to listen in this situation, but it's like, yeah, you haven't played the game in a long time, so.
Yeah. I love it. It was like, it's not about how much bamboo you can carry. And Colby's like, what are you talking about? We need to make the shelter, though.
You do need to do that, but
You do still need to make the shelter, though. Don't
yeah,
forget.
kids these days, they don't want to make the shelter, but
We all
is
saw
really
what happened
funny.
in Millennials versus Gen X. All the
Yeah.
Millennials went out swimming in the ocean, didn't make the shelter, and then what happened? A fucking typhoon.
yeah, exactly. Rizzo needs to finish in 5th place if he wants to be able to give any advice to Colby, because they both finished in 2nd place before, but then Colby finished in 5th place. So,
Rizgod finished in 4th place.
oh, did he get voted out before the final? Well, yeah. Okay. Well,
think so.
he needs to finish in 2nd place then, and then he would be qualified to give advice because he technically
Yeah.
would have done better.
Meanwhile, on the Kahlo tribe, everybody is so happy to be there. Dee is especially excited. She goes, even this leaf we use to wipe our asses is beautiful. Loved that.
Yeah, sure.
Dee, one of the
I gotta
best
tell you, I
people
was not
also.
that happy to see D. I don't particularly care for the way that D plays the game.
Wow. You saw Dee and you were like, F.
Yeah, exactly. D would be too generous. Everybody, look. She's a beautiful woman.
We all know
Everybody
Dee is a
needs to-
beautiful woman.
Everybody needs to get over it.
There have been plenty of beautiful women on the show.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not interesting to be beautiful. Agree?
It's somewhat interesting. It's just not like this is this is the advice that I had watching that season. Is it's like, look, man, I think we can act like people have seen a beautiful woman before. Okay, like everybody was flipping out that season. It was crazy.
Everybody on Survivor Feedy 5 became Brandon Hans when they saw Dee.
Yeah, it was. People
Like,
were like, God is testing me.
Meanwhile, other hot people, including Mike White and Jonathan. Mike White asks Jonathan if he's a giant, and Jonathan goes, fee, fi, fo, fum.
Good Jonathan episode.
Jonathan episode.
I wasn't. He was a guy that I was like, they're bringing him back, but like he was a fun presence this episode.
Yeah. I mean, potential winners at it. When you look at it.
Exactly. I was thinking the same thing.
One of the most satisfying experiences at this Phoenix watch party was with the reveal that Mike White has abs now. Everyone went, oh! That was pretty funny.
I was not expecting it, but it would make sense. I mean, he probably just hired like a personal trainer and was like, I got
Yeah.
to get in shape for this. But it is really funny because he doesn't look any different with a shirt on. Like,
Right. I had to think back, like, did he not have abs last season? He was
did.
on.
Yeah, he's just not. He's not like. Yeah, he's not like a crazy out of shape guy. He just wasn't like super in shape last time.
Sure.
But it is really funny because with a shirt on, he looks basically exactly the same as he looked the previous time it was on. It was just you had to take it off to see that he's secretly ripped.
I also loved everybody like fawning over Jonathan and Jonathan being like, yeah, but look at Mike White though. One of the coolest things you can do as a hot guy when people are fawning over you is like, look at them though. Eschew attention away from me. Look at this other
Exactly.
person.
That's
That's a nice move.
He's doing a good job of that because he did that with Coach too.
Yeah, Jonathan. I'm just saying, maybe. I wouldn't be mad at it. I like how he's all like, I'm kind of old school at heart. Pretty
Yeah,
nice.
can you imagine if he had played in an era that respected physical players?
Yeah. How old is he? I'm trying to think if he would have been old enough to play reasonably. Whatever, it's not important. Did you love when Chrissy complimented Mike White on White Lotus, but then points out that she hasn't seen season 3 because she doesn't have HBO Max?
That is pretty funny.
I love how much they're referencing White Lotus.
Yeah, it was like, I'm sure that, like, you could tell that he was like, I really hope that, I think part of it was like, let's get this out of the way. Hopefully nobody brings this up too much. What she should have done is gone on over and been like, Orange County, really underrated.
Yeah. Orange County is the show.
I would have been
And
like
by
that.
Sean
I would have been
Young,
like, Kim Kelly is my friend. Great episode, which it should have aired of Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah. School of Rock. Classic. Sela, Tribe, Suri, and Joe bond over being a nurse and a fireman. Savannah tells them that she won. Smart move. Jenna approaches Savannah by targeting Suri. It's a little early.
I don't think because like her whole thing on All Stars this season I haven't seen is that she was targeting like bigger players, right? Like being like we should go after them.
She wanted to take out all the winners, yeah.
I think that it's not I mean, it is a bad idea to attack Suri because I think it's kind of like if you attack Boston Rob, people are like, I can't believe that you would suggest that for like the first couple
You can't
weeks.
do that.
But like, yeah, Suri is someone where I think it's an easy argument of like, well, if she gets the final tribal, you're gonna lose, so you might as well get her out as soon as you can. The gamer in me respects that, but also I want to see Suri on the show, so.
Yeah.
And Jenna, I didn't have it. I literally for most of the episode was like, who's this?
Wow. Who are you? My wife watching the episode every time she's on screen going, who is that?
I was like, who's this blonde lady? And then I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. As soon as you mentioned Jenna, I was like, oh, she's the one from season 1 that I didn't really remember that much from that season.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. She had a very positive reaction in all the preseason press. Everyone was like, Jenna's like the best. Jenna seems so great. And then they all fucking voted her out. And I think all 24 of them should have gone to tribal council, actually.
Yeah, I think so too.
That would have been fun.
Were you excited that they have 3 tribes this season instead of 2? Even though they had 24 people on the show and you could easily do 2 tribes of 12?
Yep. The tribe of 12 is like merge size. That's normal.
I will say 3 tribes of 8 is definitely better. I think this was a good. They should just have 24 contestants every season because
I wouldn't be surprised if they
3 tribes of
if they
6
do
sucks,
that.
and 3 tribes of 8, you at least can't lock down a majority alliance the same way immediately like you can on the current iteration of the show.
We then get a journey. I didn't vote for this.
They go on a gurney.
Ugh. Yeah. Not Joe, what's his name? Coach and Ozzy discuss South Pacific, also known as Deception Lyland.
Deception Lyland, which was a long time ago, as they mentioned.
15 years ago, I think he said. Can that be right? Yeah, I guess so. They collect bundles of wood to make a stick to get a key from behind a tall bamboo fence. Okay, this is kind of fun.
I actually really I liked this in general, but I especially liked the aspect of this where you could steal the key if somebody got it off. Like, that's
Yeah,
perfect for that kind of thing.
I think that was a really good twist on this. It would have been so much less interesting if it was just a race. It's like, what is this, Mario Party? This felt a little more fun. Q says, I'm watching Ozzy and I'm thinking, oh boy.
Yeah.
I love that.
I just wanted to, I get it, like, if you're Q, you were like a Division I athlete, and you see somebody like Ozzy play, and you're like, he's older now, like, how great could he be? And then you see him climb like that in person, and you're like, oh, fuck, this guy's
Yeah.
crazy.
Like, the man is super athletic, and he's not that old. He's like in his early 40s and is like doing yoga and shit every day. Like, I think he's all right. They,
And if you played like SEC football, I could see you being like, look, this guy's not on my level athletically, and then you see it and you're like, oh boy.
But like, if you play SEC football, you're like, what, 18, 19, 20, 22? And Q is 10 years removed from that, I would guess.
That's true. He's in good shape, though.
Yeah, he's in good shape, but he's not in college athlete
No.
level. I'm sure if he was a college athlete still, he would probably, well, maybe depending on the sport. But what did he play? Football?
Yeah, he was a wide receiver, so it's different
that's
things.
solid. Yeah. I heard that wide receivers are the biggest divas on the football team.
They are the
these
biggest
days.
divas on the football team. It's not just these days, it's always.
Well, too bad they're the most fun players. That's my take.
You get the biggest personalities there. That
Yeah.
and corner, which are very similar skill sets, so it makes sense.
They build their sticks, and they're all pretty bad.
I really enjoyed the Ozzy putting us out there initially and it not doing well, and then Coach talking about how strong he wanted to make the initial things, and then going, "Oh fuck, I broke my thing." That was
Immediately.
one of the biggest laughs in the entire show. Is him saying that. It was a very endearing thing to react to.
So funny. It takes over 45 minutes to complete, but Coach ultimately wins it. Steals it right from under Ozzy.
This was a classic thing to have happen to Ozzy.
Right? It's like, yeah, of course. Yod's coach, as always. Coach gets the leaf, and Ozzy and Q are exiled. This was a fun twist on the journey.
Yeah, it was. It's the kind of thing too where you win, you get something. You lose, you're not coming home empty-handed, and you're setting up a potential, ally post-merge. So this was good. This was a journey that I did not mind, except for one thing. Is Q losing his vote?
We haven't gotten there yet, though. On the Kahlo Beach, Coach returns with the supplies, and everybody's so excited they chant for him, and he dances. Pretty cool.
And this is where Jonathan says, I believe, Coach likes to play the hero, so I'm gonna gas him up, which is smart.
Let him play the hero. Yep, 100%. Jonathan has a good awareness about him. And then we get some more toe content from a tribe that D is on. This time it's about Coach's 40-year-old toe ring. I almost forgot about this. I can't believe it.
Yeah, that was fun. That was kind of funny.
Yeah, sure.
It was a very Coach thing. Like, this is the year of Coach. This is the year of the Dragon Slayer. So
Yeah.
we're getting some real Dragon Slayer stuff. This is a big time Coach episode.
Yeah, winners at it, you might say.
Yeah, sure.
Chrissy loves the strategy that goes into the game and aligns herself with Coach.
I like that Coach is on a tribe with a lot of people that are like obvious Coach allies. Like Chrissy is one of the most obvious Coach allies possible.
Yeah.
Jonathan makes sense as an ally for him. Charlie is kind of like a Cochrane style ally for him to have. There's a lot of this whole thing slotted pretty nicely for him, I think.
I'm happy about it. On Sela, Devins and Christian go idol hunting. Fun. Your two favorite guys.
Yeah. I did like Christian this episode. Devins was exactly what I was expecting, which is to say, don't care for him.
Devins is so excited to play with Christian, and guess what? It's mutual.
Yeah, good for them.
Oh my god. And then Christian compares them to Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock from Star Trek.
Well, they probably had they were thinking about it because they saw that Q was there. So
Yeah, they were like, oh, I remember him from Star Trek.
I would have been like, no, we are not like that. We are actually more like Picard and Data, probably. So
Who from all of the Star Treks would you be if you were any of them?
who from all of them?
Yeah.
Oh boy, I'd probably be Dr. Bashir from Deep Space Nine.
I'm not super familiar with Deep Space Nine, but I feel like I would like it a lot.
That's great.
I'm one of like the cool guys from the new one where they're all in college.
Oh, you're one of the Starfleet Academy.
I'm like one of the
people.
hot guys from that one.
You're gonna be in that one, and you're gonna like every episode. You're gonna be like, "That's so random" to something,
Yeah.
or just like,
Yeah.
I didn't have that on my bingo card.
Devins talks to Emily about working together, and she's so happy about it. She says it's a little early to claim full victory. Emily, winner's edit, what do we think?
Yeah, maybe.
Kyle tries to build relationship with Colby and Stephanie and Genevieve. Smart. Kyle, wow, great episode for Kyle,
I was
right?
worried. I was worried about Kyle. I was like, he's gonna have a big target. He's the most recent winner that everybody knows won, and it seemed like things were working out really great for him. Him and Genevieve is a very Camilla style person for him to play with without actually playing with Camilla. Colby.
Yeah.
Is like a good alliance guy to have. Stephanie Lagrossa is a number, so that's great for him. And it was looking good.
I was so excited to see Kyle. I was like, whatever.
I was very happy to see Kyle. I was like, this guy fucking rules.
Yeah, I didn't really know what to expect from him coming back, but I was immediately excited to see him on my screen. I was like, oh, that's right.
He's one of my
This
faves.
guy is extremely charming.
As a certain band person from this podcast told me when who is also a U of M law grad, when I mentioned that a U of M law grad had won Survivor, I said, oh, well, he's probably the least evil famous U of M grad or U of M law grad now.
Yeah, that tracks. Colby tells Genevieve about how he hears better from his right ear than his left. I loved Colby's old now. Every scene with old Colby, so good. He's like, Colby used to be the guy.
You know what he hasn't lost, though?
What's that?
His good looks.
That's right. Zaddy. The word zaddy was invented for 50-year-old Colby, actually. Genevieve and Aubrey chat, and it's awkward. How about that? What do we think of that one?
Yeah, that's what I actually really like the way that Aubrey's playing in a very Aubrey way, which is to just like, I'm going to try to get a feel for everybody here. And I understand her being like, I know I can't trust Genevieve. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I'm very excited to see what happens with the two of them because I feel like they're kind of similar.
They're probably
characters.
too similar.
They played similar roles on their seasons and have similar arcs, or viewed in a similar way. Rob Goddess, I think, is what they call them on the Survivor fandoms. You know, the ladies who should have won, the people who should have won.
Well, we all agreed that Aubrey should have won, so.
Yeah, I don't know. The way Michelle kicked that challenge over was pretty fun to watch. I'd give her my vote just for that. Okay, so on Exile Island, shit sucks. What a surprise. They receive supplies, but one of them has to give up their vote to the other person. Ozzy wants to be the provider, but he's playing as Oscar this time, so he takes Q's vote.
I do like that. It's a classic Ozzy thing to be like, I'm playing more of a social game this time, and what that means is I'm playing the most like turned up to 11 social game I possibly can.
Yeah, I worry Ozzy is gonna flame out pretty quickly.
He's doing too much. He needs to go back to his strategy of finding a woman he's attracted to and just hanging out with them all the time.
It worked with him and and Semhar.
He's kind of digging Semhar's vibe. Remember? He's like, everyone's really annoyed by her, and she seems like she'd be an easy vote off, but like something about her, I can't put my finger on it.
Something about her, she's so cool, and I like her vibes a lot.
Like how artistic she is.
It's just like her artism is incredible, and it inspires me, and it has nothing to do with her looks. Come on. You think me, Oscar, would do that? No. I will say in his preseason, he did say he wanted to align with every hot person.
Yeah.
Then it was like, yeah, of course, man. Oh, you like D? What a surprise.
That's crazy. I would have never guessed.
On Vaatu, Q returns and tells them about the challenge. He was like, me and Picard got in a fight again.
Oh.
Kyle and Q connect,
Being
and Q tells
on
them...
Exile Island was like when I lost my abilities that one episode, and I didn't know what sleeping was.
This is going to be my favorite running bit of referencing a Star Trek character I only kind of understand.
And John Delancey was on Breaking Bad, just like Mike White.
Mr. White. Kyle and Q connect, and Q tells him he lost his vote. Man, I was so excited to see Kyle and Q working together.
Yeah, it'd be pretty sick, right?
Would have been fun. Over on Sela, Ozzy returns with no supplies. Christian uses a bunch of people's glasses to make fire. I liked this. This was fun.
This was great. Honestly, this was like a genuine Survivor moment.
Yeah. That's when we learn about Christian's new baby boy. Very nice. Devins tells Sari that Jenna is throwing her name out. Not a great look. Oh, how do you feel about Ozzy and Sari working together?
I mean, I can't really see it, honestly. It doesn't make sense to me, is what I would say.
They were on Microsnesia, though, together, remember?
They were on Microsnesia.
And they kind of come from a similar era. They're both over 40.
They play completely different games, though. I just don't see that. Even if it happened, it would be Sari using Ozzy, and I don't know what that would look like.
Would that happen? Would Sari use somebody to get further in the game and then win? Doesn't seem like her character at all.
No, never.
Over on Vaatu, they do a fashion show hosted by the Riz God, and it wins Colby over. This was fun.
It is really funny that Colby was like, I fucking hate this guy. And then 2 minutes later was like, you are my son.
Yeah. I love it when they chatted and Riz God reveals that his dad is 47 and that talking to Colby is like talking to his dad.
That's nice. That's nice. And yeah, and Colby is like, he's the same age that I was when I first played the game.
Very weird to think about. Because there are very different people.
Very different people.
On their first seasons. Yeah, that'll be an interesting subplot, I guess. On Kahlo, Jonathor, Mr. White, and Coach do yoga on the beach together. This is how these men get these abs.
That's one of those things where I'm like, what am I not going to go do? This stupid Coach Tai Chi? Like, get out of here.
100%. Jonathor talks to Mr. White about targeting D. Yeah, of course. That's a smart move.
Yeah, no, this is somebody, it's like, you need to, they're a social threat. They've won before. You know how they won. You need to target them. Also, I really annoyed by D being like, I'm the best Survivor winner of all time. I played the best Survivor game that anyone's ever played. It's like, yeah, you played a game where Austin just gave up his entire game for you. Cool.
Yeah. Also, she hasn't seen Survivor 49 yet. So.
No, yeah, Savannah's actually the best winner of all time because she was going up against a really tough group.
Oh, I should say Oscar was also very into Savannah in the pre-season press.
What? That's crazy.
Right?
Yeah. Although I will
Coach-
say, even though I was just I was throwing some shade on the that cast or whatever, you can confirm that some of them are very nice.
yeah, all of the people from Survivor I met this past week, very nice people. What a surprise. A person who's been on a show that's all about talking to people is pretty good at talking to people.
Also, like, not surprising to hear that Jawan is nice. It's like, yeah, I feel like I knew that.
Yeah, right. Coach tells John Thor he will never betray him. Yod's coach?
We know when that happened. That's such a classic Coach thing. When that happened, everyone in the room went, "No, like you have to stop saying this."
No, he's playing a different game this time, though.
Yeah, it's so funny. It was like I'm playing more like a more cutthroat game or whatever, and it's like, good, yeah, you should do that, Coach. And then him just immediately falling back on habits of being like, "This alliance is forever, and I will never betray you." The only thing that was missing was him giving him his word as a Christian man.
I love that everybody, at least all of the like people who haven't won in the preseason, were like, I'm coming in, I'm playing a different game this time, I'm playing a winning game this time, and every single one of them has fallen back into the same patterns they always do.
Right? I mean, it is a very human part of this show because that part of being a human is being like, I'm not going to like fall into my old habits. It's like every New Year's resolution you've ever made. It's like, I will do this, and then it's like, fuck, that's hard. I'm gonna do the thing I know how to do.
Yeah, 100%. So Dee and the Toronto International Film Festival and Camilla have a good connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know who I think will come out on top of this trio.
Who's that?
That is Camilla.
Yeah.
That was the whole episode, by the way. Camilla wasn't in it that much, but every time that Camilla was doing anything, I was like, Camilla, one of the best to ever do it. One of my all-time faves.
Kind of the Boston Rob of the new era, actually.
Her and Kyle, both two of my all-time faves. Like, and this episode really did solidify it.
Absolutely. Okay, at this immunity challenge, it's a muddy net tuck. I guess that's what they call it. Then they have to roll a coconut cage, and then toss the coconuts into a net, and then do a monkey's fist ball toss. Did you know that's what that's called?
I did not know that's what that was called.
Then they have to run up a normal wall carefully and do a puzzle. And it's important we're smart about running up the wall, right?
Yeah. You know, when Kate Bush was talking about running up that building, I didn't really understand
that song was about?
I didn't really understand what that meant, but then I think that's basically what this was. So that's what she was talking about, I think.
Yeah. The winners get fishing kits. John Thor is extremely helpful during the wall climb portion. What a surprise. That man is taller than the wall itself. Suri is especially bad at the monkey's fist tossing portion.
Why did they... I don't understand why they had her doing that.
I don't know. I don't know.
It was a classic Suri thing where it was something where I was like, yeah, Suri probably would not be good at that, but she was, because she is Suri, she was persistent enough that she finally got it.
Yeah. Not in time though, and because they have to stop, because Kyle fucks up his ankle running up that wall and says he's fine.
It was one of those things where as soon as he planted weird and I saw that he came up, I was like, oh boy, I hope that's not an Achilles injury. And then initially it seemed like it was just like maybe an ankle sprain, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, no, it seemed pretty bad. Have you seen any of his posts since?
No, I haven't.
I saw some video about his recovery. It sounds like it took a while and was
Achilles
very
rehab
hard.
stuff sucks. It's like a really, I mean, that's the thing they mentioned later in the episode, that it's a 3-month rehab whether you tear it or not, and which really sucks. But it was one of those things where if it was a full tear, he wouldn't have been able to put any weight on it. Like it's a disabling injury, but so I guess even a partial rupture, that was very serious. So
This was hard to watch and made me very sad.
It really sucked.
Another bad feeling I got from this challenge was when Jeff kept calling Christian Hugh Bicky. Since when? Why are we calling him that? That's Christian.
Yeah. That's Christian.
So don't do that again, Jeff. So Kahlo wins, Vatu takes second, despite somebody fucking breaking their leg.
Yeah, Kyle still got up. Like he Q went down and helped him get up there, but even with after getting hurt, he managed to scale the wall, which was the outcome wasn't great, but that was a nice moment.
That was a great moment for the man from Star Trek. Kind of a redemption arc from a famous villain from Star Trek for this season.
Well, he's not really a villain per se. He likes to antagonize Picard, but he's not bad necessarily. A lot of times I think he's kind of flirting with him a little bit.
It's like saying the Master's not the villain on Doctor Who. Yes, he fucking is. Get over yourself. Oh, because they're friends, he's not the villain. You've never had a friend you hated?
That was I'm trying to
You've
remember.
never had a friend you want to kill every time you see them?
Of course. No, sorry. I'm thinking of there was a Doctor Who thing that came up from my cousin, our mutual friend Drew, my cousin, where he made a really bad joke and I don't remember what it was. I'll have to get back to you on that. You'll love it.
I can't believe your cousin Drew made a bad joke.
He was being annoying on purpose, which is something that is very unexpected from him.
He's usually so good at doing jokes. So we go over to the Sela tribe, and Cerise feeling bad about losing the challenge. It's fair. Jenna is embarrassed by their challenge performance and wants to take out Cerise. You can't do that.
It is one of those things where, it's Survivor is a temperamental game where you can have a reasonable reaction to a challenge where you're like, Cerise probably a liability at this stage in the game, and if you're not like everyone acts offended that you suggested it, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they're a famous person. You can't vote out the famous people.
It's like how you're not allowed to vote out Boston Rob.
You can't vote out Boston Rob. You can't vote out Coach. You can't vote out Sandra. You're just not allowed. Christian says he's a little scared of Jenna, though. Okay. Joe is suspicious of Suri and Ozzy. Oh, did you see, apparently during the challenge when Kyle busted his ankle, Joe's tribe all took a knee?
I did see that, yeah.
That rules.
That was nice. I also, I did like Joe's reaction because Ozzy is literally like, we are going after Jenna, and because like I'm playing with Suri, and I did like Joe's reaction of being like, well, it's not a discussion. Like we're just doing, why am I listening to you? I was like, hell yeah, Joe.
Yeah, I like Joe. Joe's got a little bit of a winner's edit too.
Joe is in an interesting position because he is not the primary physical threat.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a good social player. So like he's not going to get targeted because he is like one of the best physical players there, but he's not Jonathan. And I think he's in a really good spot strategically.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Emily floats the idea of just taking out Ozzy.
Yeah, I mean, why not? The answer why not is that like Ozzy has shown that he's not that hard to get out post merge, even though he's so good physically, and he's a real asset pre merge. So they probably won't do it, but I like that somebody's willing to be like, well, we could do this.
Yeah, right. Devin says, Sela, see you later tonight. What did you think of that line? It's kind of funny, right?
Do people love the Devin's news thing? I guess people do. I don't know.
I guess.
He seems like a nice enough guy. I don't hate Devins. I just don't understand. He's in a weirdly elevated place for what his game was, which was just finding a bunch of idols.
Yeah. I feel like people are treating Rick Devins as if he's a second-time player when he is actually a third-time player. And I feel like that should be recognized.
He just is not someone that ever really stuck with me. I don't understand his place in the game.
Wow. He's the funny guy from the news, and he was on Survivor.
Oh,
Jeff
right,
loves him.
You don't say.
You want to talk about these wildlife shots?
Yeah, are we going to talk about that cool shark?
We are going to talk about that cool shark. We also had butterfly. We had many fish. We had some sort of dark herons or egrets. I never really know the difference.
Butterfly
Snake.
in the sky, I can fly twice as high, so take a look. It's in a book, A Reading Rainbow. You know who's the host of that? LeVar Burton. You know what LeVar Burton was on? He was on Star Trek The Next Generation. You know who else was on that? Q.
Q. Yeah, I remember that, actually. Yeah, I watched Star Trek The Next Generation in the 90s because I had a dad who was a nerd.
Deal with it.
Deal with it, nerds. We also got snake, we got stickbug, we got crab, and a very cool up-close shot of the silky shark, also known as black spot, gray whaler, olive, ridgeback, and sickle shark. They are an exceptionally smooth shark with a slender and streamlined bronze-gray body. How big are they?
Well, they got crazy eyes for one, and I agree that
Yeah.
they're a pretty sick shark. So, yeah, I'll say that they are like, I'll say 4 to 7 feet long.
Close enough, 6 to 8 feet. Where can they be found?
Can they be found in the Indian and Pacific Oceans?
Where else?
Also the Atlantic Ocean?
Yeah. Are there any other oceans?
Can they be found in the Arctic Ocean?
They can be found in pretty much all the oceans.
Okay.
What do they eat?
Probably fish.
They are an opportunistic predator who feeds on cephalopods and bony fish. Do you think they'll ever introduce boneless fish?
Those are just fish nuggets, actually. There was a lawsuit that wrapped up that actually said that the Buffalo Wild Wings could call them boneless wings, but we know.
Okay, what is this shark's favorite fish?
Its favorite fish?
To eat, yeah.
It likes eating at Bonefish Grill, from what I've heard. But
Forgot about that.
no, I don't know. What's their favorite?
Tuna.
Oh, they like tuna?
They like tuna. What's your favorite fish?
I feel like it's a boring answer, but I do like salmon a lot. I
Salmon
like tuna.
rules.
I like tuna quite a bit. I don't like tuna salad, and I don't really like canned tuna, but like a tuna steak or like a tuna sashimi is great.
Tuna's nice, but yeah, salmon is number one with a bullet. Don't order with the bullet, though. Not worth the flavor. How big is a litter for this shark?
I'll say. I feel like it's probably small. I'm gonna say 3.
Try 4 to 5 times harder.
Okay, so is it 12 to 15?
Up to 16 pups. All right, and here's the big question. Where are they at on the IUCN Red List?
If they're everywhere, I'm gonna say least concern.
Would be nice, but they are actually very upset to how close to extinction they are.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, not great. Okay, so we go to Tribal Council. It's a cool Tribal Council set. A lot of epic towers and legendary animal statues. And then we get another flashback to Borneo, the first Tribal Council.
I thought that
Remember?
was kind of nice because I did like it was the thing that Jenna said, which is I was really struck by was how small the set was for the first one.
Yeah. It does make me think, like, why did they need to make it bigger? If you got it, if it was so good, so simple, couldn't you just keep doing that? What do I know? Jenna calls this set sadly beautiful. That's nice.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I guess it's like you don't want to go to Tribal Council if you don't have to, but it's a cool set.
I think they did a good job of of illustrating the fun of Survivor, but also how daunting it is. And I feel like this set really does a good job of that. Joe talks about Kyle and Camilla giving him a wedgie on their season. That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, they did do that, so.
I think it was kind of mean, though.
When they gave him an atomic wedgie.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, my glasses.
You're all adults. Like, why are you doing that? Why are you being bullies? And then Kyle won, and he's one of your favorite guys.
Yeah, everyone says he's such a good guy.
You're siding with the bullies now?
Even though he gave Joe a wedgie and gave him a swirly.
Yeah,
Took
that was
his lunch
mean.
money.
They were like, oh, you won a spa day reward. And he was like, I'm going to take Joe and Camilla. And then Kyle and Camilla they took him into the bathroom in the hotel, in the sanctuary where good things happen, and gave him a swirly. And they're the heroes? Okay, so they talk about coming into the game with a clean slate. Sure. Jeff calls out Sari for losing the challenge. I didn't appreciate this, Jeff. Don't do that again.
Jeff was like, what a loser.
Christian says they need to
He was like, Sari's got to go on a different game show to try and win. Pathetic.
Yeah. Idiot. Christian says they need to write the story of their tribe's ascension.
And then the Ascension came out from NXT.
From NXT, right. Are they still around? I don't think so.
They might be wrestling on the Indies or something. I don't know.
They vote. Jenna gets all the votes except for one for Sari. Whatever. It would have been nice to see more of Jenna, but I'm not going to miss her. It's my take.
Yeah, no shade to Jenna, but she was the most expendable member of the tribe, so.
Oh my god, do you think she'll be in the next Expendables movie?
Yeah, she'll be in Expend 5 Bulls.
I liked when she said, as she got up, first in, first out. That's pretty good. Do you think that will continue? Next person out is whoever the next Colby, I guess.
Yeah, it'll be, I guess, or Stephanie.
Oh yeah, Stephanie's pretty early. Not as early as Colby, of course, but yeah. I hope that doesn't happen. I'm rooting for Colby all the way. Who's your ideal final three at this point?
Oh my god. That's hard. I will say I think Coach needs to be in the final three and lose.
Yes.
So I'm gonna say Coach has to be there.
Agreed.
I'll say Coach, Camilla, and who's the third person gonna be?
Well, since they had a Minivac, maybe it'll actually only be a final two. Well, I guess with 24.
It's tough because I feel like it's like you want to have certain archetypes or whatever, like, because I don't want to necessarily see, like, I think I would love to have Aubrey or Emily in the final three, but I don't want to see, I think they would lose to Camilla in this situation, and I think there's a little too much overlap there. I'll say Camilla, Coach, and Mike White is my ideal final three.
I could see that. I would go Coach, also Sari and Colby, you know? I'm an old school girly. And I think it would be very satisfying.
Sari, that would be a unanimous win. Sari would give. I think Sari probably wins unanimously no matter what if she makes the final three. But
if she makes it to the final, she wins.
That would be such a fucking cakewalk for her.
God, I would love to see it. Okay, so on Vatu, Kyle's leg is actually doing better. Promise. Don't even worry about it, actually. Genevieve and Stephanie go idol hunting, and Genevieve finds something.
Genevieve finds one of the stupidest advantages that they've ever had in this game.
It's a letter from Billie Eilish. Remember from music?
Billie Eilish from music.
It's the Billie Eilish Boomerang Idol. It goes to somebody on another tribe, but then it comes back to you if they get voted out with it in their pocket. Okay, sure, whatever.
There's
Why
one
not?
interesting I will say giving it to Ozzy is extremely funny because if anybody is going to get voted out with an idol in their pocket, it's him. But it
Why?
is
Because he's
an
done it before?
yeah, but it is a an interesting. The only interesting strategy I think that you can do with this is post merge immediately being like, I know Ozzy has an idol and getting him voted out so you can get it back.
On Sela, Devin says, so long and thanks for all the fish. This is,
He knows that we use that as
yeah.
what season was that we did the so
That
long and
was
thanks for all the fish,
Survivor 42, of course.
which was the Jonathan season.
Yes. Jonathan from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yes, of course. Yeah. So anyway, that actually, you know what? I'll give it to Devins on this one.
I don't know, man.
Is
Like this,
Rick Devins the Ford prefect of this season?
oh, I hope not. I don't think, I feel like, sorry, not Ford Prefect. I was thinking of, who's the main character in that book?
Oh, yeah.
What
What
is
the
his
fuck is
name?
what is his name in that? Arthur Dent.
Arthur Dent, of course. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't feel like Arthur Dent is somebody you really
Coach
want
is kind of the Zaphod Beeble rocks of Survivor.
That's accurate. Who's the paranoid android? Charlie?
Charlie's not depressed. Who's the most depressed Survivor player?
Nobody yet. Everybody seems so excited to be there. Maybe Mike White. Mike White does a lot of
Mike White, yeah, Mike
snide
White is
jokes.
Marvin, the paranoid android.
Yeah, I feel like that tracks. Man, so many sci-fi parallels this season between Captain Kirk and the other guys from Star Trek, Q, Hitchhiker's Guide with all these other guys. Oscar gets his boomerang idol. Okay. I'm excited to see what happens with it, I guess.
We'll see. I think Ozzy having it is more interesting than the advantage itself. I do like that it's an advantage too, where it's an idol that you get where it's like you can't play it for anybody else.
Yeah, I did like that rule. Okay, so there's a boat pulls up to the Calo Beach, and Mike White goes on the journey. Right, they have to do another journey. Savannah goes for her tribe, and Colby goes for his. I forgot about this one.
This
So
was
on the
dumb.
journey, they Colby tells them what he heard about the previous journey. Sure. Only 2 people get to play this journey game. Why? What? What is this?
Yeah, this is stupid. The journeys are dumb.
It's so unnecessary. Mike White is eliminated, I guess, and gets to go back to camp, and then Savannah and Colby play Tetris Jenga? What was this? Why?
Yeah, I don't. This whole thing was just like they're not. I was hoping that with the fan vote stuff we would be doing less, and we're doing more, and that is a problem because like Heroes versus Villains, basically everyone agrees is the best season of the show.
Yeah. Simple.
The casting is what makes the show.
Right.
Let them do the heavy lifting. Don't have a bunch of bullshit.
Colby loses, but he feels like they could work together in the future.
Sure, whatever.
Okay, man. Just do Exile Island if you want to like do these cross-tribe interactions. Like that's the whole reason they do this. But I don't care. What are we doing with these advantages? What was the point of this? Apparently the fans voted for dynamic advantages. I didn't
People who
vote
watch
for
Survivor
that.
are fucking stupid. I'm sorry. If this is the game that people allegedly voted for, then I don't know what show people want. I don't understand why they want it.
Back on the Calo Beach, Mike White tells Coach what he heard on the journey, and then Coach quotes MLK. God's Coach. Do you remember what MLK quote he attributed to his own
No,
life?
I don't. My
Was
brain
it
turns on
another
anytime
fake one?
Coach does this. I'm like, oh, he's doing Coach stuff.
I feel like, He's gone on record as writing down all these quotes. I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if he kind of confuses them in his mind and conflates them with each other and misremembers who's saying what or what the
I
actual
can
quote
guarantee that
is.
he does that.
Okay, so on Vatu, Colby tells them he lost his vote. Stupid. It just feels like a losing battle from us, the people who enjoy watching the show, and Jeff, the person who enjoys taking people's votes away.
He loves it. It's all he wants to do. He wants people to be in small tribes where they get fucking locked out immediately in these alliances that carry on in the game for way too long. And then also it's like, oh, you lost your vote too.
Yeah. It's interesting the way Survivor reflects society, and that's the whole thing. Jeff imposing his will on the game that was perfect already.
Jeff wants to turn this game into fucking Mario Party.
And he has already. Okay, Savannah tells them she won the journey, Jenga and Sela. Devins doesn't believe her. I wrote in my notes, this feels like metagaming. Not cool. I don't remember why I wrote that. What did Devin say that felt like metagaming?
I don't know. I also wouldn't believe anything Savannah told me, so I get that.
Fair enough. At Vatu, they talk about blackjack, and then Jeff Probst shows up and asks them all for some privacy with Kyle. They do an x-ray on an iPhone. Did you know you could do this?
Or it was an ultrasound, but no, I did not know.
Until
I saw
sure.
that,
I guess those are two different things. Dr. Joe squeezes each of his calves and determines Kyle cannot continue. This sucked. This was a brutal start to the season, and I did not like it.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate, but also understandable. I was joking while they were doing he was doing the test where he didn't have the reflexes, that they were like, all right, so there is one way we can heal this really quickly. You just have to have a snake bite it, and then they bring out abandoned secret and bite it, and then they're like, oh, you gotta go, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, we were wrong, actually. We misunderstood what wildlife
Even
is.
if it was a dry bite, we gotta evacuate you now.
So he says goodbye to his tribe. It sucks. He tells Genevieve she better take this thing in hopes that at least one of them wins. This is nice. This wasn't satisfying to watch. I didn't like it.
It was a horrible note to end on.
Yeah, right? I was very confused. I was like watching the clock, as the episode was going on. And it's like, this first tribal council is taking a really long time. It's taking a really long time to get to it. Are they going to just speed through the second tribal council? What's about to happen? And it was bad. And it was sad. And I didn't like it.
It was bad. It was sad. Were you a little mad? I was a little mad.
I was a little mad even. Call me Dr. Seuss. The way I'm rhyming my emotions. All right, Thomas, this week we heard from our friend and fellow Survivor fan, Billie Eilish. So can you tell us the name of this week's quotes quiz?
So nasty that it's probably somewhat of a travesty having me. Then he told the people you can call me your majesty.
We know your age group based on your favorite celebs. Tom Holland equals 15 minus 24. I don't know
What does that mean? Oh, 15 to 24.
Oh, okay.
You're between those ages. Okay.
This is by Rahul Rajkumar 2025. I think it's Rahul M. Rajkumar, I think maybe is what that's supposed to be, 2005.
Posted on August 15th, 2020. How old would you have been on August 15th, 2020, Thomas?
Oh, very interesting. Interesting that day is the day that it was created on. Well, I think that I would have been 29 years old.
Exactly. 29 in 0 days, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
August 15th, a day that will live in infamy. Okay, choose a celeb. Jennifer Lawrence, Zendaya, Tessa Thompson, or Hayden Panettiere.
Tess Thompson.
Fair. I'm tempted to pick Hayden Panettiere as a huge Heroes fan.
Big time Heroes fan.
But in honor
She was in
of
Remember the
Jonna,
Titans also.
that's right. In honor of Jonna Thor, I feel like Tessa Thompson is the appropriate pick here.
Sure.
Right, she was in the Thor movies, right?
She wasn't the Thor, or she was in. I think Blood and Thunder was the first one she was in. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Choose a celeb: Jennifer Aniston, Billie Eilish from Survivor, Emma Watson, Addison Rae.
I don't have particularly strong feelings about any of these women.
Fair. I'm gonna pick Emma Watson, I guess, just because we're of the same age group, I guess.
Yeah, I think I am too. This is playing out very predictably.
Okay, choose a celeb from Survivor, Deception, La La Land, The Rock, Chris Hemsworth, Tom Holland, or Cardi B.
Ooh. This is a tough choice between Chris Hemsworth and Cardi B, but I was actually just listening to what the fuck was the big hit single that she had off that first album?
Bodak Yellow?
Well, it was Bodak Yellow. Yeah, and I was like, damn, this still goes. So we're going Cardi B.
I'm also picking Cardi B. Love you, The Rock, but I don't need more rock in my life. Maybe some more roll, right? High five. Rock and roll, with a reference to the musical genre. Okay, choose a celeb. Gordon Ramsay, DaBaby, NLE Choppa, or Harry Styles. You know I'm picking Harry Styles. I love that man.
Don't know who NLE Choppa is. I'm not a fan of DaBaby. I'm going to go with Gordon Ramsay on this one.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, choose a celeb. Shawn Mendes, Regina King, Kim Kardashian, Marky Mark Wahlberg.
I have already picked. This was, I think, the easiest choice of any of these choices. Obviously, I'm picking Regina King.
Yeah, Regina King seems obvious. I was fully expecting you to be like, I pick Kim Kardashian, obviously.
Yeah. I'm a big Shawn Mendes fan. So
who is that again? Okay, it says 25 to 35.
I am also 25 to 35. I have so when there's a music round at the trivia that I play every week, and anytime that there is a male pop artist that we don't recognize, it is either Shawn Mendes or Ed Sheeran. That's fun. So we usually abide by that as a rule, and we get that point for the artist, if not the song, most of the time.
That's good. Do you know the artist Charlie Puth?
Charlie Puth I know because he did the hook on the Paul Walker is Dead Fast and Furious song.
That's
he did
funny.
It's Been a Long Day Without You, My Friend part of it.
That's good. There's a good running bit in that show. It's about a bunch of college kids. Oh man, Ariel loved it, and it was pretty funny.
I know what you're talking about.
Anyway, it's a funny bit where they always confuse
It's not
Charlie
Undeclared because that's the one with Jay Baruchel, but
yeah, that's the one from like 2000 or whatever. But it's a similar show. A bunch of college kids who are played by 30 to 35-year-olds, which is fun. What is that show called? God damn. Insecure? No, that can't be right. That's a different show entirely.
Insecure is the HBO show, yeah.
It's something like that. It's an adjective. You know that show that's got an adjective in it?
Yes.
Good stuff. Anyway, that show's funny, and that's a funny bit. And I think about that all the time whenever I think about Charlie Puth, musical artist I don't really understand. Anyway, we're back in a regular season, so it's time to tally up some points, Thomas. Last season, you won by 1.5 points, 36.5 to 35. This season, for Kahlo, you said Mr. White would survive, and he has. I said Jonna Thor would survive, and he thankfully has. On Sela, you picked Joe. Congratulations, he survived. I picked Sari. Just barely made it through. On Vatu, you said Aubrey. I said Colby. Both of them made it, obviously. You said Sela would win the reward. They did not. I said Kahlo. They did. We both said Flint for the reward. You said Kahlo would win immunity. I said Sela. You were right. I was wrong. You predicted Coach would be voted out, which is wild. Coach is winning this game. I said Riz God.
He was also
placement.
not voted out.
He was not voted out, unfortunately. You said Applebee's would be
Applebee's was back technically. They showed the burger.
That doesn't count. That's a
No,
flashback.
it doesn't, but...
That's like saying, like, when another main character shows up in another lost character's flashback, like, in the background.
It's
like,
their flashback.
It's actually a Saeed flashback. Like, clearly this is a Jack flashback. Come on.
Yeah.
I said Herbal Essences. I know you're going to win this point eventually. I already know Applebee's is coming back, but congratulations to your future 2 points.
Can't wait to be eating good in the neighborhood.
That's right. You said Charlie's the most likely to get a coach pep talk. I said Chrissy. That is yet
Chrissy
to happen.
did not get a coach pep talk, but it could definitely happen.
It is bound to happen to one of them, I'm sure. So we are still tied at 5 points each after episode 1. So which tribe do you think is winning the next reward?
I definitely don't have to look up who's on the tribes and what they're called again.
Yep.
So I'm not stalling for time right now.
No, why would you? We all remember who's on
I don't
what
even
tribe.
know why I would say that.
We're just chatting, having fun over here.
All right, I will say I'm going to say the Kalo tribe will win. They seem like pretty strong physical team.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll say CeeLo. Why not? You know, we're rooting for them. They're the underdog now. Who's winning? Excuse me. What will the reward be? We've already got Flint. We've already got fishing gear. What else is there?
I'll say tools to build a shelter.
Tools to build a shelter. You got to. I'll also say tools to build a shelter. Too early not say that. What tribe was winning immunity?
I'm going to say that the Kalo tribe wins immunity again.
I'm going to go with Vatu on this one. What's next? Who's getting voted out, of course?
I'm going to say... I'll say Savannah.
That's fair. I'm going to stick with Riz God. I have nothing against him. You know? I just I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, so that'll be next week. 5-5. Still a tie game. Pretty exciting stuff. Anyway, you want to talk Traitors?
Let's go to Trader Joe. All that bad shit you eating is gonna take a toll. They got some healthy food for you and it's for the low. I like the garlic
yes,
pizza
let's
with
do
the
it.
pesto. Baby, let's go.
Get through this pretty quick. Mark is murdered. R.I.P., I guess. Were you sad at all that Mark was murdered?
He played a good game, but it made sense to get rid of him.
Yeah. So then Alan wears a shimmery black top and then later a diamond Beetlejuice suit is, I think, the best way to describe it.
I did like, I agreed with Rob, but my last bit on Mark, he said great hair when they were commiserating over his loss, and I agreed.
Then a Heli R shows up for the mission, and Mora is so excited. I loved how excited Mora was to get on a helicopter.
Yeah, Mora was... I feel like the entire finale for Mora is like when you are going to put your dog down and you give him like a really fun day before then.
Oh, that's so sad, but you're so right.
Like, we're going for a ride on the helicopter.
Mm-hmm. So
you get to wear this great dress with a fun little hat like you like.
She does love to wear a little hat. They have to drop photos from the Heli R to a float below to win money. Who cares? Johnny is banished
I already thought that Rob was going to win, but when Rob jumped out of the helicopter into the cold water and retrieved the thing, I was like, oh, he's definitely winning.
Yeah. We're talking about winners edit a lot this episode, but Rob, he had the greatest winners edit of all this past year.
I don't think there's a winner's edit in Traitors. I'm going to be honest.
Damn, then how did everyone know Rob was winning from episode 1?
Yeah, because he was playing a really good game.
So Johnny is banished at the final 5 round table, and then Tara is banished at the final 4 round table, which is really more of a square table when you think about it.
It is a little bit. I love
it's only
that
4
every
people.
single commercial break during this was Mora having a really important decision to make and making the wrong decision every single time. There's somebody, I think it was the Ringer like power rankings they do for the show, described her as accidentally became important on my reality show and it's ruining my life.
That is honestly her arc, yes. Mora and Rob at the final Ring of Fire, or whatever they call it. I did appreciate that they moved it into the round table room rather than the outdoors.
I kind of
grounds
wondered,
or
we were
whatever.
commenting on, well, yeah, I was curious why it wasn't outside and I'm wondering if it was raining or something.
Oh, maybe that's why. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. It was kind of fun, though. Nice and intimate.
Yeah.
I liked it. Mora and Rob vote to banish again, and they banish Eric. So Rob and Mora, they win the game together. The Lovebirds.
They do win the game. Yeah, the Lovebirds. I think this is going to be a great victory. I felt bad for Eric, but also, honestly,
Yeah. Like what?
part of
what
me wondered, I think if you were going to split the money with Eric, the thing to do would be to rip the Band-Aid off a little earlier with Mora so that she doesn't have a moment where she thinks she's going to win. But also,
Yeah.
like, I felt bad for Eric that he got screwed out of the money, but at the same time, like, he was only there because Rob took him there. Him
Yeah.
and Mora were both on borrowed time, so I understand Rob doing what he did, but...
Yeah.
And I
Eric
could tell
was
that
just
he
in a-
did actually feel pretty bad about it, but...
100%, yeah. I think Eric was just in a difficult position. It's hard to come in as the traitor who's recruited. The
And
same
he was
thing
a
happened
bad
to...
liar. Like, it was like, I felt bad for him because he did get across the finish line despite being a really bad liar. And it was like, oh, thank God I could finally relax a little bit. And then it's like, as soon as Rob, I think he know as soon as Mora voted to eliminate again, I think he was like, oh no, I'm fucked.
Yeah, it sucked. I felt so bad for him. Yeah, there was nothing he could do at that point. Rob reveals he was a traitor the whole time, and she can't believe it. She calls him an absolute asshole.
You could tell it was like, oh, I can't believe I have to do this.
That's so funny. And I love the foreshadowing, whatever, last episode or two, whenever, in a previous episode when she's like, every boyfriend I've ever had has cheated on me. And it's like, Mora, you have to see it's happening
Mora,
again.
no.
Like, you can't have this level of self-awareness
I
and
felt
not see it
bad.
happening again.
I'm so stupid.
I can't wait.
I did love her being like, you're never going to have a girlfriend. You're such a good liar. And I loved Rob being like, I need to find a girl that doesn't watch too much TV.
Yeah.
Rob had so many great post-game lines. One of the best reality TV bars I've ever seen from somebody was him going like, everybody thought I was a dumb hot guy. Like, well, look at me now.
Yeah.
Also, one of my favorite moments in Traitors history was as he's celebrating with Alan. One of the things I love about this show is how much Alan clearly loves hosting the show and just like vibing and getting to do this stuff. But he's like, I think it calls for something. What does he say? He says it's basically.
This was my last note on the episode. Rob wins, and Alan goes, "You know what this calls for?" And just turns on the lights that were hidden in his robe the whole time.
I laughed so hard at him doing that.
It's so fucking funny. Like I love that like end of the game. Like, all right, we could drop the bit. Like we're all in on the joke here, right?
Yeah.
It's so fun. What a good show.
You know, it really was. This was a good overall season, and I thought it was a great finale.
Really made me fall back in love with the show after the atrocity that was season 3.
Yes.
All right. Well, if you want to follow the show on YouTube, it's at the Compassionate Haters Survivor podcast. Thomas, what's your social media?
You can follow me at Tom on X, the everything I formerly known as Twitter, or at tom.tom.bsky.social.
Nice. What could people comment on the YouTube?
Haha, very funny smiley face, or just smiley face.
Should you feel so inclined, we would greatly appreciate it. That helps our good friend LG Rhythm from Space Jam 2. We got to do a simulated season with LG Rhythm.
With LG Rhythm, the character who was Discord grooming LeBron James's son.
I'm never going to forget about Space Jam 2, A New Legacy.
Because it's so good.
Exactly. We're back doing Rome's Reality Pod on a regular basis, so if you want to hear my takes again, but probably with fewer bits and with somebody who's actually been on Survivor since Thomas refuses to apply, despite Jeff begging him every
Jeff
episode.
Will not leave. Look, no means no, okay? I'm being harassed by Jeff.
So you can do, we're about to record, well, by the time you hear this, we'll probably have the new episode out already. But yeah, we were all in Phoenix this past week to watch the premiere, and it was a good time. I think the first time we all met in person, so that was fun. So last week's poll on YouTube asked, whose season is in the fans of the hands going to be, Ozzy or Coach? How do you think people voted?
I think people voted for Coach because it is the year of the Dragon Slayer.
That's right. 100% of people said Coach.
And you know what? I feel very validated after that first episode.
Yeah. Great episode for Coach. Loved it. Solid episode for both of them, honestly. I mean, honestly, we'll see what happens.
I felt like watching South Pacific directly before this was a great idea because, man, was getting that same feeling.
Yeah, I did not expect this season to be an immediate sequel to that one. But I was happy to see it. Very satisfying. Should we give the listeners a poll this week? Yeah. What were we saying? What should the season be called? Welcome to the Bloodbath, In the Hands of the Fans, or Jeff's Funeral?
Or Jeff's Funeral, yeah.
Do you think people will want to vote on that?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. If you want to go and vote on that, it's at youtube.com/officialhaters Survivor podcast. Don't forget the @ symbol. That's important. A few shows on Patreon, which you can find at patreon.com/justpodcasts. If you want to give us some money, that would be greatly appreciated. Do you want to shout out any tiers over there?
There was a lot of people, throwing back to season 1 of Survivor. So I think it's time for us to take it back to the very first one that we did, which is, of course, Just Joey.
Just Joey, the original Just podcast. It would be great if anybody subscribed to that.
Yeah, it sure would. I would love to watch Joey.
I'd love to watch Joey. We can't afford the DVDs until somebody subscribes to that channel, though.
Yeah, they're so expensive.
Do you want to thank the fans?
I would love to thank the listeners, commenters, and subscribers. Thank you for listening, commenting, and subscribing.
Should we put the season of the podcast in the hands of the listeners, commenters, and subscribers?
I think that title's too long.
All right, we'll be back next week with the next episode of Survivor 50 in the hands of the fans. God's Coach. Have a great summer.
Deuces.
Speaking of music, what songs do you think of when I tell you this season is called Season 50 in the hands of the fans?
Oh, we do have to. One, I think that we should do a 50 Cent song. Like something with 50 Cent.
Yeah. What is a good 50 Cent song? That works.
You could do the steel drum cover of PIMP that is from Anatomy of a Fall. I don't know if you saw that movie, but
didn't see that one, but I need to check that out. I love a steel drum.
It's a pretty good movie. But there was like it's like an integral part of the plot, and it's really funny because it's just a steel drum cover of PIMP.
I do love that. Because they're on an island. And
Yeah, that
famously,
would
steel
be-
drums come from islands.
Yeah, honestly, I think it would work pretty well. There's a great bit in that movie where the main character is on trial, and the prosecutor is like, "Your husband was listening to PIMP. It's a very misogynist song. Could this have maybe inspired you to do it?" And her defense attorney is like, "It was an instrumental cover."
I've never seen this video. Have you ever seen the video for I Get Money?
I have not.
Not very good.
Okay. Indie Club seems a little too obvious.
Yeah. Like, all the really obvious ones don't really work. Like, I would
Yeah.
love Candy Shop, but like it doesn't really work for our.
Yeah, I mean, I think my favorite
Needs.
song that 50 has been on is technically a game song. It's Hate It or Love It, but like that song is cool and would work generally. 50 is involved in that. That would honestly work with the theme of the show too, because it is the compassionate haters.
Okay, yeah, I love this song. And it kind of fits too,
Yeah,
being the compassionate haters.
that's what I said.
Yeah. All right, I love that. Or do I hate it?
Smarten up, probes.
One guy, big Mo, two guys, little bitty Mo, three guys, four-eyed Mo, four guys, no Mo, five guys, eat Mo, five little guys named.
You want to remember Five Guys?
Let's do it.
We got Greg Buse.
Greg Buse?
Buse? Buse?
Bice, maybe?
Maybe.
How's it spelled?
Buis.
Might be Bice. Buis. Greg Buis.
Buis?
I don't
Buis?
know who that is.
He was on Survivor Borneo.
Oh, so he was an original cast member. Okay.
He was an original cast member. He actually started this with Jeff Probst 25 years ago, actually. How about Jim Rice?
Jim Rice, I know. He is. I think he played for the Red Sox. He's a.
Not
he-
that one.
Oh, this is different Jim Rice. Oh, this is the Jim Rice that was on South Pacific, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, I was gonna say. I liked Jim.
How about Rob Mariano?
Boston Rob, one of the best to ever do it.
Yep. Name all of his seasons in order.
Well, he was on. Was he on Marquesas?
Yes, sir.
And then he was on All Stars.
Yep.
Oh God, he's on Heroes versus Villains, I think.
Yep.
He was on. Trying to think of the one that he won, because that's the one that I haven't seen.
Yep. It's the season 22. The prequel to Deception Lyland.
Oh, was he on? He
South
was on. Oh,
Pacific.
didn't they create Redemption Island specifically for him?
More or less, yeah.
And then he was on. He was on Game Changers, I think.
Nope.
He was not on Game Changers. Okay. Well, he was technically on Island of the Islands because he was there,
Yes.
but he was not competing. And he was in. I'm assuming he was in Winners at War.
Yes.
Is there
And
another? I
what
feel like
else?
there's. I was gonna say I feel like there's another one we've watched that he was on. I just don't remember what it
Yeah.
was.
Even more recent than Winners at War is a show we love to talk about.
Oh, he was on the Traitors. I'm not counting
He was
that,
on
but
the
yeah,
Traitors, yeah.
he was on season
He,
3 of the
uh,
Traitors.
Fucking blew up season 3 of The
Yeah,
Traitors.
man. Think of how much better that season. I was just complaining about that too. Think of how much better that season would have been if they had gotten rid of him and kept Wes.
Yeah, that would have been great. Okay, our fourth guy is Michael Olowokandi.
The Candyman, former number
Yes,
one
sir.
overall pick out of, I believe, Pacific is where he went. by the Los Angeles Clippers. He played for the Clippers, and he played for the Minnesota Timberwolves, and I think that might be it.
One last team for 1 year.
Played for like the Bucks.
No. I'm trying to give you a hint. They're out east.
Did he play for the Knicks at one point?
No, but you're close geographically.
He played for the Nets.
No.
Boston
but you're
Celtics.
still, there we go.
Okay.
Yes, he had a year with the Celtics.
The Celtics could not have been very good at that point if he was playing for them.
2006 to 7.
Oh, they were really bad that year.
Yeah. And our fifth and final guy only played for one team his entire career. It's Tiki Barber.
Tiki Barber, he played for New York because he played for the New York Football Giants.
That's right.
And he
One
has
of
a
the
twin
greatest
brother
nicknames.
named Rondé Barber,
Yeah.
who
I
is
was
an
like,
NFL Hall of Famer.
As I was reading about him, I was like, didn't he have a brother? And then like 2 seconds later, it said he had a brother.
They were
Love,
both really good.
Wikipedia.
Rondé
Yeah,
won
I
a Super Bowl
recall
with the
that.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Good for him. Have the Milwaukee Bucks and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers ever done anything together, like a cross-promotional thing?
No, you'd think they would though, right? Because they're both the
Feels
Bucks.
like it's right there. Yeah. Anyway, what's the theme here?
We got Tiki Barber. We've got Michael Oloa-Candy. We've got Jim Rice.
Mm-hmm.
We've got what was the Buis guy's first name?
Greg.
Greg.
He was the funny, chaotic one. He and Colleen had crushes on each other, but they never technically acknowledged it.
Okay. And then who is the other person?
Rob Mariano?
Oh yeah, right, him. Are these all Boston people? Because the other Jim Rice played for the Boston Red Sox. Got Boston Rob. Michael Oloa-Candy played for the Boston Celtics.
Tiki Barber played for a team near Boston. No, these guys are all 50 years old.
Oh, they're all 50. Okay. Oh,
They're
because
not
it's
Survivor
season 50. Okay.
Yeah, so that's pretty good, right?
Man, I'm shocked that they wouldn't put Boston Rob on Survivor 50, despite the fact that he is 50 years old. Did they get mad that
don't
he went
know.
on the Traitors? Is that why they didn't?
Yeah, that's why they're mad at him. No, I think he didn't get on because he was just on 40. They wanted to give other people a chance who aren't Boston Rob or Amber Boston.
They do only
Is that her
really
name now?
Yeah, her name is Amber Boston. Yeah, I think that her name is Amber Boston Rob Mariano. That's, but no, well, I guess they did only cast like recent winners. They don't have any old winners. It's a
Yeah.
lot of old second place finishers.
Yep. Good cast this season, I think, actually.
There's some things I would change, but
No.
yeah, it's been. I'm not hating the cast that they have out there.
Compassionately.
Yes, of course, always.
Always. Did you just hang up on me?
No.